18. The sequence 24xy is an arithmetic sequence and it has a non-zero difference. And when x and y are interchanged, the new sequence is 24y and x, and it forms a geometric sequence. And so find the values of x and y. So I set up the first two relationships here. One relationship is when we have a plus d, and the other relationship is when we have a times r, when we switch to x and y. And what that allows us to do is allows us to come up with a relationship for d. So d is going to be equal to, I'm just going to subtract x minus 24. As I subtract consecutive terms, I get d. And I also get, so I'm just going to do this in a different color here. So I get d is equal to x minus 24. That's also equal to y minus x. And so I've come up with an equation with x and y's. And I can do the same thing over on the right-hand side here for r's. I'm going to set up an equation r. R is equal to the ratio of consecutive terms. And so y over 24, but it's also equal to x over y. And so I've set up a second equation, and that second equation has both x and y's in it. So I'm just going to simplify these two equations. So I'm going to end up with 2x minus 24 equals to y. And over to the right-hand side here, I'm going to end up with y squared equals 24x. And it looks like I can just substitute the y, the blue y, into here. So my equation then becomes, I'm going to take that 2x minus 24, and I'm going to substitute it in for the y in the right-hand equation, and I get that equal to 24x. Okay, so I'm just going to factor out the 2. So that 2 on the outside becomes 2 squared, or 4. And I end up with just x minus 12 squared equals 24x. It would be nice to just kind of simplify this a little bit. So I'm going to get rid of that 4 by dividing by 4. So I end up with x minus 12 squared is equal to 6x. I'm going to expand out this side, so x squared minus 24x plus 144 equals 6x. And then x squared minus 30x, I'm going to subtract 6x from both sides to make the equation equal to 0 since it's a quadratic equation. This is factorable, so I have x minus 6, x minus 24. So 6 times 24 equals 144, and 6 plus 24 is equal to 30. So this gives me a value for x. X is equal to 6, and x is equal to 24. Now, if I sub 24 into this equation, what I end up with is, for the arithmetic sequence, I'm going to end up with 24, x is 24, and then the common difference is 0, so 24. So I'm going to just eliminate that because it said the d is a non-zero difference. So then if I try the x equals 6, so x equals 6, we end up with, in the arithmetic sequence, we end up with 24, and then x is 6. Okay, that means there's a common difference of negative 18, so I'm going to subtract 18. And I get negative 12. And when I check it with the geometric sequence, I'm going to end up with 24, y is negative 12, x is 6. Sure enough, I have a multiplier of times by negative 1/2 and times by negative 1/2. Okay, so there's my solution. X is equal to 6, y is equal to negative 12.